49% win ratio, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. If you don't have above a 60%, yeah, it's got to be above 60. Otherwise it don't count. I was just a backup dancer.
It's going to be Limestone versus MENARD to kick us off, right? Limestone's going to be bringing Ken to the table. MENARD, we saw yesterday, have a great performance on the M Bison. The best player on the M Bison yesterday, honestly. So we'll see if he can be able to run that back again. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I think this one is definitely a scrappy one. Both characters can afford to get really aggressive. We'll see who can bait out what going forward.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that he's kind of like picked Bison and stuck with him for a little while now, MENARD, but he is coming into his own, showing us that's why he is the strongest bull with that playstyle. And he will get the extension from the Psycho Mine and pop on another one.
He's going to take the throw now, right? MENARD is going to take the slow, steady offense, and Limestone waking up with the perfect parry, though, able to get rid of the mine and switch sides. Oh, was not ready for that follow-up, and now MENARD able to poke back. So proficient at that.
Backdash is there, Limestone. He's just going to wait for the bomb to automatically detonate, but a throw was there for his troubles. Good Shoryuken there as well, so he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat if he wants to take this round, but MENARD looking for a comfortable closeout here with any poke or drive rush cancel.
Oh, the second he got the counter hit, but no link with the light kick. Very surprised, and he throws for his life with the tech, but a trade on the fireball. Limestone, not enough health to survive that one.
I'm going to kick it off of round 2. Looks like he's going to start incorporating a lot more buttons than he did in that first round there, Limestone. You see how MENARD deals this first knockdown, and he will go for a knee press nightmare that will be punished.
You know, I'm not mad at that because Limestone opened this round very aggressively, right? Like we said, in the previous round, it looked like he was trying to gather intel. This time it came out roaring, but he still baited it out. And Mena taking the throws now and still playing disciplined defense. Poke back at the perfect time.
Here it comes. Delay with the throw, or an immediate throw there, because I did say counter hit, sorry. And then again, just taking the frame advantage, still by walking up there, taking that pressure. And if he gets one hit here, Mena, he's won the game.
And look at that, not much damage, but he moved him corner to corner. Now he's got the screen advantage as well, so MENARD always thinking about the long game when it comes to the Psycho Mine and how to play Bison. CA on deck as well, he knows one hit could actually kill off Limestone. Oh, reacts at the last frame possible. Limestone in the building, you can't catch him sleeping.
He wanted to see if he was asleep at the wheel. It's been a long week for these guys, but hey, he's awake. He reacted just in the nick of time there, and that will be a fat punish, and you will get a Psycho Mine for your troubles.
My man had the hands on the wheel schoolboy Q joint playing. Most definitely was ready. MENARD continuing to take these throws, right? He knows Limestone's not trying to be too antsy when he's got the mine on him. Double run, just taking the Oki as well. Love the way both of these players are prioritizing, just maintaining the most advantage possible.
Psycho Crusher to generate a little bit of space. A little bit expensive now, and the reward is much less significant than it was in the previous patch. Or before the December patch, I should say.
It's the jab, yeah. No counter hit or anything like that. Mena, both of these players, yeah, have been walking up and jabbing a lot, right? Trying to keep themselves at max distance. We'll see if Limestone got to bait that out. Look for a crouch medium kick punish on one of those. Oh, instead he's trying to drive rush behind a whip. That's an interesting idea as well.
Punish! And it's got to be a level 3. It's got to be a level 3, my dude. He probably could have done a different combo route into Shimpu Jinrai, but I think this is much better for him in this regard. But if he gets this wrong on this interaction, he could be burnt out. He could lose because Mena is in CA proximity.
Exactly right. Mena lands that CA. I mean, he just might be dead, but instead the DI connects, and Limestone able to take the first game over MENARD. And remember, every game, every round counts here in the group stages for that point differential.
That stand light kick punish conversion into the Super Art 3 was just the energy that Limestone needed there. Completely energized, reinvigorated it seems as well. Heck, maybe we can go a couple steps back. It might have been that drive impact he reacted to in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
got him to wake up.
One of the things that kept him alive in that first game, he was able to clutch it out afterwards. And again, looking for the parry afterwards. And MENARD has just been establishing the throw, right? That's one of the primary strats that MENARD goes with, especially early on in the set. He loves to keep establishing throw and then pay it off later.
Well, here's the thing, right? As we see Limestone take MENARD to the corner. If he wants to initiate and set up the bomb, he'll do crouching medium kick at the drive rush. If he wants to try and actually end the game or do it from a defensive standpoint, he'll do crouching medium punch.
Trying to catch beautiful right there. The drive rush in, actually with punishing the jab. Starting to catch on to each other's timings and their wake-up decisions as well. MENARD, huge bait out and a bigger punish.
And that's going to be the round there. Stand fierce into the knee press nightmare. Being as optimal as can be. Limestone knew the consequences as to the risk he was taking there, and Mena is looking to equalize in this set.
Nice health bar, bro.
That's a nice little toy you got there. It would be a shame if it got stolen.
You know? Limestone, again, not afraid to pop off with these reversals, even though Mena did bait one out last round.
Maybe Psycho Mine. He's done it again. Yeah, this is huge. It's going to be massive damage here, but he's going to actually pop on a different conversion into a double Psycho Mine. Not deterred with the Dragon Lash Flame. Limestone is on that smoke today.
I believe that's 3 straight wake-up invincible reversals right there. First the ODDP and then double level 1. So yeah, he's making Mena think every time he knocks him down.
Oh, he didn't get the button in time because that looked like really late for the cancel there. But Limestone, lack of resource in terms of super art meter. He needs that drive gauge. He might need to do like a stand medium punch to counter poke that stand medium kick.
Yeah, stand medium, crouch medium punch as well. One of those, something like that. He could even perhaps Dragon Lash, but that'd be scary. And instead the parry comes out on the drive rush. Great reactions from Mena as always.
I'm very curious as to why. I understand he had a lack of health. That stand medium kick was just gonna like get rid of him for the round regardless, but we could, like you said, I could probably see a back medium punch. You could see a crouching medium punch, just something. But he went for a raw drive rush there instead. If he built it off from a drive rush throw, I think that round could have ended a lot differently.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And Limestone striking first blood early with the patented corner carry of Ken. The best of the business. Tried to catch him at RD pressing after the third light, but not anywhere to be found. And again, another invincible wake of Limestone cannot be deterred.
Yeah, he does as well, yeah.
Finally putting the brakes on right there. And Limestone, he knew he was too far away, and Mena goes for the parry in the corner. He ended up paying for it dearly with that punish counter damage and the DP to put Limestone on set point.
He almost done that last second possible because it looked like he almost hesitated and allowed the jump to completely rock, but it's going to be a heavy Psycho Mine popped on again. And there he goes low this time. Does Mena RD onslaught of Psycho Mines, boy?
Felt like 3 Psycho Mines in a combo. Like, what in the world?
You know?
But yeah, Mena, he's one of the best players at switching sides in the corner, right? So I love the fact that Limestone backed up at the end of the last round, just stayed in anti-air range, checks the run attempt, and then baits out the invincible reversal, starting to catch on to the decision-making. Stop that right now.
Well, here's the thing, because it's the very last round for both these two combatants, Limestone has to really think twice about some of these Shoryukens and Super Art 1s. He might just have to pile on the pressure and stay on offense as much as possible.
He's looking like it, right? He's trying to walk him down and be careful about when he presses buttons. Man, that max range jab, and now the crouch medium kick. The scrambles are working out for Limestone, and he's going to cash out. He wants to switch the drive advantage to his side as we drain some of Mena's, and he builds his own back.
The Pendulum Swift is now in his favor here, and he can burn him out if he wants to. But it's going to be huge. Don't reset, just finish the combo.
Instead, yeah, he actually drops him for the proper Oki, and again, backing up, right? He's not letting Mena switch sides, and then chips him out with the OD Jinrai. Incredible calculations from Limestone to get the victory over the strongest bull.
Limestone stayed unpredictable.
Right, at the very least, he should be prepared for a lot of what FUUDO's going to throw at him. But specifically how he's going to counter that with a Terry, that's what remains to be seen.
But here's what I'm worried about, because yesterday he was doing a lot of medium burning knuckles to space it and get the frame advantage. I think it's like +2 or +1 or something like that. Ed can just throw out Psycho Spark. He might be able to get a flicker, then charge it. So it's mainly FUUDO's footwork. And he's stubborn as well, right? Drive Rush Light Punch from FUUDO can be super annoying. He's not afraid to tussle with you, like I said yesterday. So if you haven't got your understanding of the spacing right, none of your tactics in neutral are going to work. And literally, none of your tactics in neutral might work.
FUUDO, I mean, so good, bro. 39 years old and still got the reactions of a young man, just parrying the burn knuckle immediately.
There you go, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly. With Ed's range on it, whether it be flicker, the stand medium kick, etc., it's going to be so tough for Terry to get those burn knuckles off, or even the power waves.
That's it. I think he tried to do a walk-up back throw there, but FUUDO not having any of it. Very sharp awareness there and was able to close out that round. And there's already a power wave there from CHRISCCH in this next round.
Very smart recognition from FUUDO, honestly, knowing that Chris was going to need a big comeback. And to start that, usually you got to put the opponent in the corner. Popping off, and he asked FUUDO in the corner again. This is how the last round started, but it didn't end like this.
There you go, nice conversion there into the rising tackle. He's trying to get into the overhead because he'll buffer. I think he'll buffer the power geyser to see if it hits, and then we'll see. And that is going to make sure that CHRISCCH is in burnout, and FUUDO is going to restock as much drive gauge as possible here. This is a nasty situation for Chris unless he wakes up with something big.
Yeah, he's got Beard to defend himself at the very least, and we are mid-screen, so he doesn't have to worry about stun at the moment, but still it's going to be tough. As Ed just gets to have his way with him for now, but he jumps at the perfect time, right when FUUDO was looking to flicker.
There you go, Rising Fang should be able to close out the round here for CHRISCCH. He will have to exhaust that super art option, however, he goes into this next round refreshed, and he can still be as aggressive as ever. Make sure you don't test FUUDO's reactions, man, on that parry.
And it's one of the things, right, is like, okay, you sacrifice your meter. FUUDO doesn't have much either, so it might be even. But again, FUUDO has that strong level 2, right? So he still has quite a meter advantage going into this last round. As long as he actually builds level 2, which I'm sure he will by the end of it.
Oh, there you go, medium burning knuckle there. Drive rush stand, heavy punch. Such a powerful tool for Terry now, especially after a drive rush. It's going to be massive damage here into the Psycho Blitz for FUUDO.
Got him on the power wave and burn knuckle response here. CHRISCCH, he didn't want to get burnt out, right? So he knew FUUDO would keep applying pressure, popped off with the burn knuckle. Very smart in the anti-air trade there, but FUUDO has 2 bars. Now you got to watch out for the jab into the OD Blitz.
Backdash is still available for FUUDO, but he goes for an EX Psycho Knuckle, and it gets punished into the power geyser there. Because you know what it could have been? It could have been a backdash and he catches the delay, or he blocks and does the OS against Psycho uppercut there. This is what I mean. FUUDO's not afraid to do that. If he needs it to be done and he believes it's going to get him out of a nasty spot, so be it. We stick with that decision.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, I'm just so used to seeing when Ed's back to the corner. What a perfect parry on the power wave and then DPing through it, though. Screw my last point. That was just too sick to ignore.
No anti-air there. It's too far for the light cycle uppercut. Didn't want to risk it either. This is the downside of CHRISCCH's spacing on the burning knuckle. These guys will micro-adjust their spacing and make sure they get a light punish at least.
Precisely right. FUUDO had been walking back a little bit more. That time he stopped to keep in range of the punish and then baits out Chris's wake up.
This is why I think Chris should use stand medium kick more. One of the better poking tools in the game for Terry.
Absolutely.
Crouching medium punch, drive rush, cancel. It seems that, there you go. It seems that he's limiting his options unless he sets up real offensive pressure with Terry.
And again, you see him, he's trying to implement those burn knuckles, but the range on Ed, all these options that he's going to be throwing out just completely stuffs the approach. Now,
Nice perfect parry.
Very
You didn't
nice.
get that right.
There was going to be guesses on guesses, and your drive gauge was not going to look healthy. FUUDO, nonetheless, though, has him in the corner, tries to go low, does get the parry, he reaches a little bit too far.
Backs away just in case, respecting any wake-up option there from FUUDO. The perfect parry. He's going to close it out here. He's going to do a full combo into the Psycho Chamber, lock him up, and continue to make sure Chris stays at the bottom of this group. Oh, right, that was one apiece. My bad.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. CHRISCCH did take the first game, so now we're all tied up. Kept one in the chamber. That was a very quick game, too.
You know what? I actually thought we played a whole first. I thought these guys were playing for ages. That's how locked in I am.
Yeah, most def. FUUDO responding back. Now we gotta see what's CHRISCCH gonna do. We saw a successful jump in early. I wonder if he's starting to think about that a little bit more. We'll see.
I'm not a huge fan of Terry doing the crouching medium kick target combo to drive rush because it can be exploited, but Chris seems to be believing in it and how it's been working out for him thus far.
Indeed, and from this range here, oh, he's trying to walk up to him, but instead he's gonna pop off after the forward heavy punch connection.
Nice,
Oh,
and he got the
punch.
confirm as well, and the Buster Wolf, not dead yet. Lovely stuff there from Chris. I like it, because I know that's a 2-hitting move, but sometimes it's very hard for people to analyze if they're going to get the hit or not to cancel into the power charge.
Wow, and then beautiful spacing from FUUDO right there. Seeing the same medium kick come out, immediate whip punish as well. Power wave putting a stop.
Nice delay. There you go, catches him. He's going to get the extension into the medium burning knuckle there from a meaty power charge. That connected off the light one.
FUUDO again continue to wake up with different options, right? We see the OD uppercut this time. Parry was last time, and then speaking of which, CHRISCCH the one that busts out.
Nice backdash there from FUUDO. Forward throw there from FUUDO. Can drag him in. Not going to do it just yet. Still doing it. Yeah, you want to see if FUUDO's going to parry again off that drive rush cancel, I think. And there you go. That could have been a level 2. That could have been a level 2, but I don't think he canceled it early enough, Rinch.
Yeah, let it go, and he actually did reach, tried to throw FUUDO into the losers, but nah. FUUDO able to tie it up and force a final round.
He likes to do the quick burn a lot, especially the EX version, but I'm really not sure if he didn't get the input in time for the power geyser. He had the meter there, definitely.
Yeah, and it would have killed, so I'm sure it was just an execution error. Nonetheless, right there, you see the spacing trap after the big heavy kick. Just puts out the medium punch and FUUDO walks into it. CHRISCCH, huge cash out.
Is he going to drive rush in there? That's the question, and he will drive rush in because he's trying to burn him out here, and he's got the resources to do so. And FUUDO knew that as well.
Super clutch perfect parry from FUUDO to protect this drive gauge and keep himself alive and healthy in this round.
Careful, because FUUDO actually has resources to get rid of you. If you're not careful, FUUDO will win. Oh, that's gonna work, that will work, that will work.
So
He got the
smart.
enhanced range from the drive rush, and it does move you forward to level 3 anyway. There you have it.
Beautiful stuff from FUUDO right there. Drive rushing in, and like we talked about at the beginning, 39 years old, the reactions are still there, baby. They do not go as quickly as you may. choice, and it's not easy to do so because of the plethora of options you have.
Even when you knock dhalsim down, right, ever since they introduced Wake Up Drive Reversal, you do have to consider a couple of things, because before it was just perfect parry and a backdash and a hope for a dream. But now, he's got to mix things here as well. He does do Wake Up Drill Kick, so if you want to shimmy him and try and punish that, you can do so. I want to see if Limestone uses a little bit more fireballs, because he didn't do that against MENARD, because it was a much different character in terms of archetype.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, he's going to have to try and change his approach just in general.
Yeah, we've already seen 2 fireballs from Limestone, right? So we'll see if he keeps chucking them out. Oh, nice little trade there. And that crouch medium punch is a great tool for Ken. It's disjointed. Obviously a great buffer behind it as well. And getting the force knockdown juggle going to be very important always when fighting dhalsim. I'm surprised he didn't actually get the punish there.
Yeah, we were talking about Crimson's options with the drill kick earlier before the match started. And a Dragon Lash to swat the Mosquito out of the sky here and lock him down in the corner as well. Crimson, what's your choice on Wake Up?
Just gonna take the throws for now. Don't want to risk anything, but there's the Wake Up Drive Reversal. Limestone knew it was coming as well. And even before the buff to the Drive Reversal, dhalsims were the ones using it the most anyway.
And this is the thing, right? Because he has to be careful as well, because if Limestone waits, you do the drill kick, you got... Oi! Yo!
Sometimes some things happen and it deletes our point on commentary. That was ridiculous.
Hey, Limestone, what did you drink today? Maybe not. All right, side swap here from Mr. Crimson. He's got to make sure it counts.
Oh, I love that juggle as well, getting the proper Oki afterwards, trying to bait something out. We saw how aggressive Limestone was on Wake Up against Mena.
Brother, why are they... Nah, he hasn't been caught out by this stuff today. Mena couldn't do it. You definitely can't do it. And your punishment is going to be down 1 game in this best of 3.
Man, made no bones about it right there. Hits the DI, fierce into the level 3. Business handled. 1-0, and Limestone continues on this momentum.
That's interesting because then Mena had a good time because obviously he was utilizing the jabs and the scissor kick pressure and he planted the bomb. dhalsim doesn't move as fast. He moves it differently. He's elusive in his own right. But Mr. Crimson has to figure out how to open him up without sacrificing too much.
Yeah, Mena had great success, like walking up and jabbing just to keep him at bay, right? Keep him tamed. dhalsim doesn't have that luxury. Such slow walk speed. The jab's not going to act the same way. But he's off to a great start here in this round at the very least.
Trying to get that perfect parry and a great defensive sequence there from Limestone. Low on drive gauge here, but at the expense, he's able to get out of the predicament before Crimson throws him right back into the corner.
Yeah, that was a clean punish on the stick kick attempt as well, but Mr. Crimson actually avoids the punish counter throw by dashing out of that parry, so well done from him.
Teleports in. Good throw tech there from Limestone.
Oh, beautiful teleport right there, and Limestone, a little bit strange. Maybe that was an execution error because of the teleport on the other side. I don't know.
Now you have to remember as well, he swatted Crimson out of the sky when he tried to do a float before, so I don't know if he's like kind of like hell-bent on trying to get him out of the sky every time he does that. You can't commit to some of these dangerous answers because Crimson still has aerial actions, right? The teleport, the yoga comment, all this stuff.
Absolutely. Good block of the overhead from Crimson as well. Now he's going to be able to establish that space that he wants to play at again. And more importantly than the space, the pace and the tempo of the match.
Oh, yeah, okay. Every time he sees him actually start rising up for the float, he'll immediately go for drive rush light punch.
When you said hell-bent on getting him out of the air, that was accurate. Like, there was no type of thinking. Like, that is what he's looking for 100%.
He wants him to play honest on the ground so he can crouch fist one of those limbs again probably later.
Yeah, exactly. And Limestone just throwing this man till his health bar is gone. And we're going to do it again. Yes, and Mr. Crimson knew. Slide afterwards. Perfect spacing after the tech throw.
He's got to keep him here. You want to watch out for your drive gauge, Crimson. Throw. And he's got one of the most dangerous corner pressure in the game, by the way. Don't sleep on this character. He's got tons of situations that give him massive frame advantage.
Most definitely. And you can see the previous game against Mena is really affecting Mr. Crimson's decision-making, not going into the full super chip. Avoids, and somehow, some way, the scramble.
Too much frame advantage on the drill kick.
Yeah.
He actually spaced that incredibly well, very meticulous with that spacing there, but that was actually to his own demise. Yeah. And that's what Burnout does inadvertently in this game.
Crimson trying to throw afterwards, just 2+ for it to actually connect. But yeah, you can tell whenever Crimson knocks him down, he's giving him a lot of space because he saw how much Limestone woke up with invincible reversals against Mena. But he's completely changed the game here up against Mr. Crimson.
Again, trying to catch him, throw a ticket there, but Limestone hasn't really bitten the dust just yet.
No, still, look at how disciplined on defense he's playing now up against Crimson.
Because it's dhalsim, that's why.
Exactly, right? He knows he can afford. He knows that dhalsim isn't just going to explode his health bar. He can afford to play these disciplined defensive decisions, and now the late tech does get him out, but the landing recovery gets exposed, and Mr. Crimson is going to expose that all the way to a W on his side.
There you go. Merciless Yoga is going to get it here for Mr. Crimson to equal things out here, and I understand We take our risk assessments. We understand the risk reward here. But like I said, I can't stress this point enough. If you sit down in training mode with dhalsim and see what he gets after that throw, it adds up and it's annoying. Every single situation is annoying afterwards.
100%. And Limestone, players end up getting a little bit greedy sometimes, jumping out of the corner, wanting to make the opponent block their jump in, and it's susceptible to landing recovery because of that. If he empty jumped, he wouldn't have gotten hit.
That's a classic mistake a lot of people make after some spacing situations from Crimson, right? He'll do a buffered crouching heavy punch and drive rush cancel behind it because you want to dash in or drive rush in, and he's got the space and the timing ready.
Yeah, nice spacing trap, playing against the opponent's expectations. One of the most important parts of fighting games.
He jumped in instead of backing away, waiting for Mr. Crimson to trade a limb there. I think he should back away and let Mr. Crimson throw a limb, but he might float instead.
Right now, yeah, Crimson is not being too antsy with the limbs though, right? This is a very disciplined play. We saw one there and then crushing the run.
He's in. All right, there you go. Gonna get the snap kick there off of the Jinrai. Good blocks there from Crimson, and the down back median kick conversion gets it there. He had to wipe the sweat off his brow because that could have gone south real quick.
Mr. Crimson, he has not been caught asleep at the wheel when it comes to the overheads as well. As, oh my goodness, played such good defense, and then baiting Limestone into the throw.
There you go, look at that, and nasty, level 3. You've got to do the level 3, my guy, yeah. After that sequence and baiting the throw finally, interesting that Limestone's choosing this round to tech, very interesting there. But he's on his last legs. Unless you do something like dusting that Takamura would do with Ken, I'm not sure if you're going to come back from this one.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull something out we've never seen before. Mr. Crimson in prime position, full screen advantage as well. Let's get the knockdown, but that leaves him so low on drive. Good luck, my friend. Monsieur Crimson taking the set 2-1 over Limestone. And, you know, he was teching even early on, right? We didn't see Mr. Crimson punish it outright. But that is who he's putting a lot of his chips on here at CAPCOM Cup.
When he traveled to Japan early for some extra practice, Bison and Geef, and I think Ryu, probably the characters he used the most, but Diver did lose to Crimson yesterday 2-0 until he beat Chris CCH 2-1, so he's going to need a 2-1 or a 2-0 here again. If he can do this against MENA, this will be chalked down as a very bad day for MENA in the group stages.
Most definitely in Diver. Oh my goodness, actually just kill rushing in, catching MENARD, looking for the parry on the flicker. Oh, and a meaty stuff with the projectile. That's full combo.
Safe jump there as well. Whoa, okay, feeling super comfortable right now. He's going to cash everything out for that Psycho Storm to close this one out in the first round. Okay, MENA's been caught by surprise by a few eccentric playstyles, or these strategies that are coming out in these early rounds from Diver and Limestone.
This is good stuff. Representing well here, Devil's Reverse.
That could have been an uppercut. That literally could have been maybe even a double uppercut there from them.
It's just scary, right? Like the different trajectory, the different timings that Bison falls at. It can be tricky anti-air, but definitely was susceptible that time. This time, waking up with the low, catching MENARD, looking for a throw bait attempt.
Oh, okay. It looks like he's going against the grain here, Diver. Really trying to shake MENARD off the comfortable game and what he's used to expecting with Ed. Nice crouching median kick there and a delayed throw tech from MENARD to get out of that situation.
I was going to say, the crouching median kick was extremely smart because MENA has taken to the skies a lot already in this first game, right? Whether it be with the Rising Hell or the jump regular.
And that's going to close out the round there with a heavy Psycho Crusher from that evil knee. And it looks like MENARD's got an abundance of resource to work with, and I think Diver did his drive rush second, yet he still won that interaction.
Yeah, I think he went with the quicker button. I actually didn't see what MENARD went with, but nonetheless, Diver did win it. And that was the empty jump that I'm talking about, right? You protect yourself from the landing frames if you're trying to get out of the corner.
Drive rush in, that was a poor range to do it at. You were literally right in MENARD's face, so he's committed to doing his choice anyway. The bomb's still ticking.
See, MENA, he's been content to just throw people in the corner, especially when that Psycho Mind is implanted, but
level 3. He's got level 3. Yeah, he's got a level 3. Preserve that drive gauge, put MENARD in a tough spot, because you can get the meaty medium Psycho flicker here, or you can wait and allow MENARD to replenish some resources before he commits, but he drive rushes in instead. Good delayed jump back there from MENA. He couldn't do a throw tech there, he lost.
What a hell attack, and of course, he follows it up with a CA. Beautiful air-to-air from MENARD right there. Lying in wait and found exactly what he was looking for.
Oi!
Put Diver on him.
Brother! Yo! I thought he had a speck of health left because it was a hell attack starter, but boy, was I wrong.
He put him on the obituary page. I thought he was going to put him on a pixel, but nah. All the way 6 feet under.
And said your ambitions die here. That means your dreams and what you thought were going to be alive. But Diver in immediate response here and already piling on the pressure into the Psycho Blitz.
Yeah, look at this. Just trying to be so aggressive and overwhelm MENARD in the process. Ooh! And caught Meta, but dropped the combo.
I think he could have killed if he got all the heavies to connect there, Ridge.
Yeah. Let a round slip through his fingers because of that. Now Meta's in prime position. Did eat a Fierce for his trouble though. And now we're in the corner. He's actually burned himself out. He's gonna get the mine and burnout pressure. Just stomps on him, my goodness.
That's fine. This is fine.
Still got the mine. Okay, he blocks it out.
Oh, and it's going to be dead. I think that's going to be dead. Unfortunate there. I actually thought Diver was a little bit creative in terms of how to delay or extend the timing of the Psycho Mine there, using the Psycho Cannon himself, but unfortunately to no avail.
Yeah, Psycho power everywhere on the battlefield.
All that purple stuff.
Oh!
Oh,
I like
no.
that purple stuff.
That's not looking good. Diver, you got to be careful. Uppercut is still an option here, but I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, the bomb's gone now, but...
Throw in.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I figured as much right there, because he could have killed if he got him with a regular hit, so I like MENARD switching it up, but Diver was disciplined about it. He knew what Mena was looking for. Not that time, though, trying for a desperation drive rush in. And at this level, I know the discourse likes to complain about drive rush, but a lot of the time, players this good, you can't autopilot into it. They will check it every time, and Mena is going to close the door on any hopes Diver.
What he does, he travels around. I'm pretty sure the misses and the son are watching back at home. I hope he doesn't turn his son into a dhalsim player, otherwise me and him are going to have some words, man. Me and him are going to have some words.
You can't raise the youth to be dhalsim players, Mr. Crimson.
You can't.
You don't know what society is going to devolve into if that's the case, but it's all right. Of course, he's going to hold it down as the father.
So, my thing is, I think dhalsim does very good against Mai and Terry. I just don't understand how those characters can actually handle his approach, handle his neutral, because power wave on the ground, he can float. You have to drive rush. Hey, nice answer there.
Yeah. And I think it's a little similar to what we talked about with the Ed, right? Like, or not the Ed, excuse me, the previous matchup that Mr. Crimson was playing. The fact that you can't just get in for free. He's got a lot of options that take away what Terry wants to do. He can't just burn knuckle for free. A lot of the time, the limb's gonna be there, the different power waves, but more whip punishes from CHRISCCH will solve all of that.
This is literally what FUUDO done yesterday to Mr. Crimson. He found a way, and he turned the burning knuckle. Yeah, he found a drive rush cancel conversion against the limbs, and he just kept adjusting his spacing to kind of counter it.
Yeah,
that's an answer.
So depending on the spacing and the time, the burn knuckle can snuff out some of these limbs. Holding the parry, actually, finally lets go so he doesn't get punish counter thrown.
Oh, delayed throw there, just in case Chris woke up with an EX rising tackle, but...
Oh, I love that. Heavy kick response, but a perfect parry on the overhead attempt. Yeah, and Terry gets massive damage off the overhead, right? So, of course, they're going to look to sneak it in when they can. Mr. Crimson going to set up shot, but no, actually gets thrown before the fireball can prevent it.
Nice confidence there from Chris to walk forward and actually take the dogfight to him. And that should be the round if he spends the level 3.
That's exactly what he's going to do here. He just wants to secure a whole nother round of decision-making, right? I'll sacrifice my meter to ensure that game 1 doesn't end in round 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to be greedy with those resources, right? I know you got to play another round. I know Chris has got his CA, and look, he's already been whip punishing with the crouch and medium punch drive rush cancel. So he'll try and convert something massive early on, and this is what I was talking about. That's one of the things I'm worried about in this matchup here. It's a good conversion there from Mr. Crimson as well.
Love that. You see the float forward into the float back, literally baiting out that DP, my goodness. And Crimson is throwing more fireballs now as well, rather than putting out limbs, so he doesn't get whip punished as easily as before.
But that can goad CHRISCCH into using the power, which he has been doing, but if you float too much, that drive rush is going to come right back in.
You can see now he's switching it up, throwing out the limbs. He doesn't want to get predictable. Knows CHRISCCH has answers to the various options.
I love this patience. Good discipline there from CHRISCCH to kind of navigate that power situation, and that's not what he wanted. That was an execution error.
Yeah,
I think he was already holding down back, and he just saw the input.
Precisely. The input was behind lock and key. That boy was stored.
He's going to build another power geyser, though. That's the funny part.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
the funny part.
He's already got the level 2 back, and Mr. Crimson risks it, wakes up with the level 2. CHRISCCH staying crouching, so it whips entirely. Man, the flame.
And that's the thing about Street Fighter 6. You can't be demoralized in that split second, because you never know, man. There's enough resources, there's enough serendipitous situations in this game to turn it around for you.
I love that. Putting the power wave on the ground there to stuff Mr. Crimson's drive rush approach after the fireball, and wow, the crack shoot to get over the heavy. I know it does have those low crush properties, but I haven't seen this matchup quite that often.
There we go, teleports behind him as well. No reversal there from Chris because he's almost burnt out here. One fireball block and he's done, and he knew that.
And Chris, oh my goodness, doesn't get punished, countered, and burnt out. And Crimson, look at this, turned up the tempo, especially when he saw Chris was on the back foot.
Well, Chris is being excessively stubborn with the burning knuckles because, like you said before, he's trying to avoid burnout. So you might as well take the dogfight to them, go forward, see what happens, get that knockdown.
Chris, ooh, try to bait something out for Mr. Crimson that time. Perhaps the drive reversal on Wake Up.
He's done it again. There we go. Look, gonna get that target combo to burning knuckle, and he's gonna be in the corner as well. Gonna get some big damage here. Is Chris CCH?
Oh, and just stays true with the meaties. Caught Mr. Crimson maybe backdashing or jumping. Burn Knuckle at the end, and of course, he sees that the space is where Mr. Crimson can take his turn, and he just DPs through it.
Oh, this round's gonna be rough. If you get your spacing wrong, or even throw the wrong fireball, Chris is in there.
Yeah, you can see Mr. Crimson, he's been hesitant about throwing anything out now.
Man, I love the patience Chris is exuding right now, and he drive rushes in. He's gonna get an early conversion into the Yoga Flame here. Mr. Crimson needs to stall time and get some drive gauge back. I don't care how you do it, you need the drive gauge.
Yeah, that perfect parry actually worked out against Chris a little bit, but that one is definitely gonna work for him.
Ooh, okay. Impromptu conversion there, overhead, looking good. No level 3 though.
Again, he's trying to bait something out, right? He saw Mr. Crimson was willing to wake up with the level 2 before. He's seen the wake up drive reversal.
Blocking it out, wasn't afraid of the throw. Chris is gonna get burnt out here, and he did have a nod of approval, so he's gonna take a sip of water because he's gotta make a Chief Executive Officer decision right now. What is it gonna be?
The shareholders together, fam.
Oh, listen.
What are we gonna
Stocks
do?
may go down.
Oh no! All right, he still eats the fireball damage though. He can't afford to let that happen again. Oh, and he checks the teleport. Now, maybe he could have canceled immediately into something. He does get a juggle point off that force knockdown to avoid it, but it's so tough to come up with that answer in the moment like that.
I like how he looked up and was like, okay, what should I have done in that situation? What was I planning to do there? Because again, dhalsim's got some of the slowest fireballs in the game, so they're annoying everybody.
And to be fair, I don't know if he like cancels into a super or like goes into level 3 or something like that off that jab, if it connects off of the juggle. So it's real tough. You're not gonna find yourself in that situation often.
Speaking of which, he's not often in this situation where his actual tournament life could be on the line here, and that is why he's fighting tooth and nail to make sure he can change everything around going into day 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, Crimson's gonna try to slow down this pace. Chris CCH forcing the issue once again, though. Burn Knuckle overhead, trying to throw as well, and the Burn Knuckle after the throw tech. Still coming back and just DPing afterwards. The aggression is on 12.
He is not allowing him to breathe. He is literally on him like white on rice, and the power geyser going to be a perfect geyser there for Chris CCH. Getting that 2-1 victory there. That's much needed, not only